And his pass is broken up by Tatum. Tipped off. Franco Harris has it.
Receiver Al Young, who, though covered like a second skin, made an impossible one-handed catch for a touchdown. In less than 2 minutes, Terry Bradshaw had rallied his team to within 4 points of the Dolphins. Now it was a roughing penalty. Pittsburgh penetrated the Raiders' 10, and then Bradshaw hit Barry Pearson with this pass, putting the Steelers on the board with 2 minutes remaining in the first half. A repeat shows that Pearson appears to be guided out of bounds shy of the end zone, but the official ruled that he did break that imaginary pane of glass. And the Raiders' lead was narrowed to 10-7, wiping out the significance of most of Oakland's first half heroics. Although in 25 at the Raiders' 26, Bradshaw stepped out of the pocket and found Frank Lewis with position on George Atkinson. Lewis's catch made the score Oakland 26, Pittsburgh 14 with 9:05 remaining. But whatever thoughts the Steelers might have had of a miracle finish were soon put to rest.
The Steelers have reached their peak in the last month of the season, playing their best football when they had to. Bradshaw throws a slant for a touchdown.
Got him right in
there. There it is to LYNN SWANN on a slant, and the rookie, who has been phenomenal the last 3 games, puts the Steelers out in front. Bradshaw to LYNN SWANN.
And Bradshaw hung in there good, too. Let's take a look at it. This is a short set we mentioned earlier. He sets strong again. Good protection. He looked at Swann all the way. That's where he was going through it. Right by Connors and right into Swann's arms. Nice throw, nice catch. 6 points. Let's take another look at it. John McKay is so proud of LYNN SWANN.
The rollout. Bradshaw fires.
3 plays later, Terry Bradshaw passed that distance to John Stallworth for Pittsburgh's second touchdown. On the Steelers' score, number 57, Sam Davis, made a key block, riding Ted Hendricks around Bradshaw, who snapped his pass right to the spot where number 45, Neil Colsey, another victim of the ice, had stood.
All right, there he goes. Bradshaw. Touchdown, Ghostin.
Here it is. Bothered from behind. LYNN SWANN is open. Got it.
3rd and 8. Bradshaw going deep for Lewis. He is there. He's got it. And he will score. 3rd down 8 from the 24-yard line. A 76-yard pass.
Unbelievable play, Jim. The offensive line gave Bradshaw enough time to allow Frank Lewis to go all the way down into a deep zone, make his move on a deep zone, man. Just kind of outran the zone. You can see Bradshaw standing back there 4 or 5 seconds. This ball had to travel 65 yards in the air. Right on the money to Lewis, and the job is all done by now.
Well, Baltimore, if it has a fault in its pass defense, 59 seconds to go in the half. Bradshaw with time, looping. Oh, Swann's by himself. Mumford fell down, touchdown. Lloyd Mumford fell down. Swann must have been 15 yards behind him, in the clear. And the Colts are standing around, hands on hips of defense, and very discouraged and slowly walking off the field.
They're a little down right now, but you can see he fell down. He was trying to bump Swann when at the point where he made his break. He never could touch him because Swann ran his pattern so well. You can see here that Mumford's trying to get any piece he can But let's give Terry Bradshaw a little credit. I've had an awful lot of receivers get open, never did see them when they got open. He read the defense. He knew the one man he had to come to was Swann, and he hit him.
On the half-yard line. Lewis is back in, along with Swann and Stallworth. Hugh has gone out. Over the middle, touchdown, Lynn Swann, his second of the day.
Tell you, that just about puts the icing on the cake, and there's still 13 or 14 minutes left to play. Swann gets underneath the defensive back. Terry Bradshaw, again, just threw it as perfectly as you can picture. They're in a blitzing situation. Shayansky's coming. They've got a safety blitz. Brian Saller's coming after Bradshaw. Leaves a big hole in the middle. Swann beats Mumford, and it's 6-4.
Bradshaw only completed 92 passes before today for about 48.
Dynamic duo. John Stallworth dazzled the Broncos with a playoff record 10 receptions. Lynn Swann caught only 2, but one of those will go down as one of the great catches in playoff history.
Swann covered the final 29 yards, still with almost a minute left in the first half. Looking at the touchdown from ground level reveals how strong Bradshaw's arm is, as he lofts a perfect pass to Swann without really setting up, and is almost moving backwards as he releases the ball. The fact that the Steelers used only 25 seconds to go 70 yards would turn out to be rather important. Or, believe it or not, 14-3 to 28-3 in just 19 seconds. But this incredible turn of events wasn't quite finished. 5 seconds after Stallworth's score, the Oilers turned the...
Again, he's lobbing it deep. Stallworth! Touchdown! Bradshaw throws. He heaves up. Swann! Touchdown!
You don't know what he's going to throw at you, but right now, the Steelers, an absolute football masterpiece, keep on driving. Here's Bradshaw. He fires. He's got a man. John Stallworth at the 6-yard line. Cuts back. He's not done yet. Stallworth is going to go into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Man alive, the Steelers are just cooking. Tearing it up, and look at these people in Pittsburgh.
You wonder why the man was voted the most valuable player on his team. He took a play that was double covered. He had no play. The only thing that allowed the play to take place was the fact that Bradshaw got so long to throw it. You can see, he doesn't know where he wants to go right now. He comes back to Stallworth, who has made a great play in double coverage, comes back to the ball, picks it off, and then somehow stays.
By Pittsburgh. 2nd down and 6. Bradshaw looking into the end zone. Throws on a run. Wide open for a touchdown. Lynn Swann. They had Bradshaw. They lost him. He eluded the rush. And Lynn Swann was sitting out there by himself.
I don't know how you can find a man that wide open in the corner of the end zone, because his problem was right back there in the pocket. How he got free at all is beyond me. He comes off with a slight limp, but they've got an awfully big lead right now. Look at this. You can see Betters gets away, gets a pretty good piece of Bradshaw. As he comes out, he's got to be looking.
The backs are in the pattern. Cunningham, touchdown! Into the end zone, Stallworth. John Stallworth.
Bradshaw deep for Swann. Deep for Stallworth. Touchdown.
Close flight with yet another pass, this one to tight end Benny Cunningham, number 89. Another look at the score reveals nothing tricky, nothing deceptive. No play action, no misdirection. Just a simple toss to a wide-open Cunningham that put the Steelers back in front by 4.
Diego almost offside. Touchdown, Stallworth.
for 58 yards on this series alone, the last for a 14-yard score. Terry Bradshaw may be losing his hair, but not his touch or his rifle arm. His bullet to Stallworth extended the Steeler lead to 11 points. The Steelers appeared well on their way to their first playoff win since the Super Years. That